Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. Today's episode, we're going to talk about the lawlessness or crime wave in New York City. Now, I'm driving to work and I'm in the Bronx right now. So I came from a workout program. That's why I look like this. I look like a mess. I'm in a workout program, and that's why I've been pumping out less videos, because I've been focusing on, I would say, staying in shape, so I don't completely fall apart by the time I turn 45 years old. Anyway, it's not the point. The point is that the lawlessness here in the city has reached, I'm not even going to say an all-time high, because we haven't seen anything yet. So we're going to talk about some of the high-profile news or cases that have been going on here in the city. The first one, you guys heard me mention it before. It was a 10-year-old kid that was shot. His last name is Wallace. I think it's Justin Wallace, to be exact. And this kid was shot 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. And he was shot because his uncle got into a, confrontation over a parking spot. With that, the guy he got into the confrontation with the parking spot came back to the house at the front door and shot inside the house from the stoop, if you will. While he's doing that, he's just shooting into the house, and the kid gets shot. Now, they said a stray bullet. That's not a stray bullet. You are shooting into the house. You're looking to hit somebody. The kid was hit, and he died over a parking spot, and the kid had nothing to do with it. The kid was going to turn 11 that week. His parents were planning a birthday party for this kid, and this kid looked like a nice kid. You see pictures of some kids, and you're like, that kid looks like an asshole. This kid wasn't a fucking asshole, didn't look like an asshole, and he was fucking 10. He was, I would say just starting his life. So anyway, his parents were planning a birthday party. Instead, they had to plan his funeral. He was buried earlier this week. So the city is losing its fucking mind. Innocent kids like this kid are getting killed. And the mayor, the piece of shit that he is shrugging it off as, sort of like, what can I do now? I'm out of office anyway. He doesn't have to give a fuck. So now we have another case, sort of high profile, here in the Bronx. It happened up in this area, if I'm not mistaken. I'm by Arthur Ave, right? 187th and 3rd Avenue. Right, so I'm up here in this area, driving through anyway, and this kid, 17-year-old kid, gets beat up, stabbed, and they take his sneakers off his feet inside of a deli. The article writes, kid loses shoes, gets flour thrown at him, and stabbed. Loses his shoes. He was fucking robbed and stabbed. How did he lose his shoes? Again, the media trying to downplay the criminal activity here in the city, and the criminal activity amongst the African Americans and the Hispanics around here, by saying he lost his shoe. The motherfucker wasn't running and his shoe fell off. I'm like, oh, he was fucking stabbed for his fucking sneakers. Don't know what kind of sneakers he was wearing, but nonetheless, he was stabbed for them. And in this video here, you're watching this fucking melee ensue. And the deli owners are standing there trying to half attempt stop. And I get it, guys. They don't want to get stabbed. The bodega dudes, right? The deli guys. They don't want to get stabbed. But if the shit is in your store, guys, unfortunately, you're going to have to get hurt. It might mean that. It might mean you getting hurt and possibly even losing your life if a fucking kid's getting attacked for his sneakers. Now, I'm saying sneakers, but who knows what really provoked it? Doesn't matter. It's part of de Blasio's Wild West. This is de Blasio's fantasy land, actually. He wanted this. He created this environment for people to do what the fuck they want. They could run up and down the street with their fucking, nice going. They could run up and down the street with their fucking, their motorcycles against traffic on the sidewalks, with their scooters on the sidewalks. You got kids being killed. You got adults getting the shit kicked out of them just because. And de Blasio's doing nothing to address it. He has the chief of police coming on and saying some, well, we're in a process of getting the guy, in a process, but they don't have him yet. And that's referring to the 10-year-old kid that was shot. They still haven't. No, this incident I'm going to show you now. is referring to this incident here where these kids are walking down the street minding their motherfucking business and this asshole runs into them. While he runs into them, there's a shooter right behind him shooting at him while the kids are underneath and or around him. So the shooter is shooting at the intended target, right, the asshole on the ground, and he doesn't stop to think, oh shit, a fucking little kid and a little girl, let me stop, wait till this dude gets up. But instead, the intended target, this guy, is fucking hiding behind the kids. I don't know what else to say. Both of them are a bag of shit. But again, de Blasio's New York City. This mayor, who is an absolute piece of shit, created this city. He's creating the environment and blaming it on cops. Now, Maya Wiley, guys, she's running for mayor. That piece of shit of a cancer shitbag cancer piece of shit. I don't know how many more times I could say that. This fucking lady wants to defund the cops in the midst of what's going on in the city. The city is falling apart, and you guys are going to see more videos about me talking about how it's falling apart, and I'm going to be talking about more high-profile cases. Now, there's a guy on YouTube, very popular, named Hassan Campbell. A couple of you guys put me on him. The guy's fucking spot on and fucking squared away. And at first glance, I know a lot of you are thinking he looks like a thug. The motherfucker isn't a thug. Now, he said that he used to be in that light, but he ain't anymore. And he grew the fuck up, right? So, my hat's off to fucking Hassan Campbell and changing his life around and doing what needs to be done to grow a family or start a family, sorry, especially in this environment. Now, I don't know where he lives, but I know he doesn't live in New York City, or at least I don't think he lives in New York City. But nonetheless, guys, that's a guy you guys should be subscribing to. He's got a lot of fucking subscribers, but he's also fucking squared away and he's a smart dude. So anyway, he does a lot of fucking videos too on what's going on in New York City. Now, unfortunately, guys, I think New York City is going to go beyond the 80s. The crime and the burnt down homes and the drugs and the everything that went on in the 80s is going to be worse because we have more people in New York City than we did in the 80s. So it's going to be exponentially worse. All right, and so now you have another case, and this was a, I wouldn't say it was a high profile case because the husband was caught right away, but a husband beat the shit out of his wife with a crowbar at a bus stop, claiming she cheated on him. I don't know about you guys, but if my wife cheated on me, the last thing I would do is take a crowbar and beat her head in. I would probably be, I don't know, celebrating, getting divorced, doing the limbo as I'm getting divorced, whatever you want to do. But the last thing I want to do is beat my wife's head in and go to jail for fucking 25 to life for her. No, thank you. Now, a lot of you guys know my wife. You've seen her antics online. I love my wife, but I'm not going to risk my freedom for her. That shit is out. Like I said, there's fucking millions of fish in the ocean. Millions. It don't work out with her, we get divorced. She cheats on me, I cheat on her. It don't work out, whatever it is, we split ways. She takes half my shit, and then I start anew. I am not going to sit there with a crowbar and smash my fucking wife's head in because she cheated on me. Jail time is not worth that headache because it always gets fucking better after the divorce. I know a lot of guys, I know a lot of you who are getting divorced, gotten divorced, you went through that dark period in your divorce where you thought there was no hope. There is always fucking light at the end of the tunnel when you're going to get divorced and when you're going through a divorce. Ladies, the shit goes for you too. It's not over. It's not the end of the fucking world. There's more dicks out there for you ladies to smack around your face or in your mouth or whatever you want to do with those dicks. There's a lot of dick out there for you ladies too. So let's not fucking sit there and kill motherfuckers for cheating. It ain't worth it. Your freedom is way more valuable than killing somebody for cheating on you. Now, we don't know if she cheated. The news never confirmed it. And it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if she cheated or not. But she gets beat up or beat to death at a bus stop, and it seems like no one stopped it. And it was in a residential neighborhood, and there were people who were watching this shit. But no one came outside to help. So, the Pacification in New York City, you guys heard me talk about it before, it's real. There are motherfuckers who don't want to get involved. There are motherfuckers out here, guys, who are fucking complete vaginas. They are They're worse than beta males, because I think beta males, at the very least, a beta male will take his video camera out and record. I'm recording you, at the very least. At the very least, a beta male would throw his tofu at them. Get away from her, and, you know, try to throw his vegan meal at them. Get away, but at least he's trying some shit. These guys today, guys, they're not doing anything, nothing. And in a lot of cases, they're not even recording it. And recording is that pussy shit. You should be fucking mixing it up. I don't give a fuck if it's an MMA fighter beating up on his girlfriend. I guess me and his girlfriend are going to get our asses handed to us together. You know what I mean? We're going to get beat up together. But nonetheless, you got to do something. You can't sit there and do nothing. This city is just, it's insane, because the criminals in New York City are being empowered, and the bitches of New York City are losing their testosterone, their manhood, whatever you want to call it, and it's fucking bad. Extremely bad. I don't know what else to say or do about it other than, let's put it like this. The other day, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. The other day, I was home, and my neighbor lives in the building next to me. So my neighbor has been on this warpath about guys stealing Amazon packages. So he found out who was stealing the Amazon package. I guess he called the guy out, because a couple of days later at night, this guy is standing in front of his building yelling, "Yo, Rick, come outside. Yo, Rick, you a pussy, come outside." And he's all of this shit. And I'm like, "Yo, Rick, that's my dude, that's my boy. I gotta go outside, right?" And Rick, and keep in mind, guys, Rick is an old man. Rick is like 65, 70 years old. He might be 55, I don't fucking know, but nonetheless, he's an old man, and he wasn't gonna handle this kid if he came outside. So I come outside. Rick doesn't come outside, thank God, because then it was just gonna be a fucking free-for-all. And again, the kid is young, so that just means I have to go fucking harder if it turned into a fist fight. But I come outside, Rick doesn't come outside, the guy's standing there outside waiting, and I'm waiting for him to fucking, like, you know, then go into the building, because then I was gonna go into the building, and then it was on. Nonetheless, guys, I came outside to stop an ass whipping, and or hand out an ass whipping, and or be an ass whipping, whatever it is. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and be delusional and act like I can fight everyone and take on the fucking world, but I will fucking take an ass whipping if I have to. That's for sure. All right, guys. So anyway, he never came outside. The guy went home. Rick hasn't been outside since. No, he has been outside, and I didn't talk to him about it because that was like a few days in between. But I did give him my number, and if this guy shows up at his apartment door, to give me a call, and we're gonna handle it. That's what it's getting to. That's the point it's getting to right now, guys. It's getting to that point. And I know a lot of you are thinking. I know right now what you motherfuckers are gonna type. You motherfuckers are gonna be like, right in the comment section or in the chat right now, you're gonna be like, "Nigga, get out of there, leave." You know, I know what you're thinking. No. You know, we are gonna leave, but in this instance, guys, you have to fucking fight for your friends or with your friends and not against them. You have to fucking back people up. That's what it's coming down to. Unfortunately, people, ladies, it isn't you too. You motherfuckers want equality in 2021, and me too. You motherfuckers better be outside with your boyfriends or your husbands mixing it up as well, because that's what it's getting to, especially for those of you that live in the city. If you don't live in the city, a lot of you women are armed, and you guys are gonna whip out your guns and shit like that. Good for you. But if you live in New York City, your bitches better be able to throw the fuck down. Motherfuckers better be next to your man throwing down. All right, guys, so this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like, subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on the Angry Truth channel. Like and subscribe to that. Thank you for watching.